Forehand volley advice for recreational players, part 7, stepping into the ball. Now you have to move according to social media, you have to move towards the ball, you have to step in.
Move towards the ball. At the net you never volley static, you always have to volley dynamic, which means that instead of waiting, you will move towards the ball.
Now, stepping in, I have no problem with it. The biggest problem I have with stepping in is the preparation, especially for beginners and intermediate players. If you are going to step in, that means that your preparation has to be higher than the ball. Because if the racket is behind the ball and now you are going to move, you are changing your racket position. So if you want to make contact here, and your racket is behind, you have to go like this. Now, stepping in means that you are going down. Doesn't mean that you go up. If you wait to contact, now you can push up and the racket can go down. That's a different volley. This is more what we teach. Track it with the racket, wait for the ball, and the moment you're going to make contact, you can push out of your hand, you can push out of your leg, and at that moment, you stay longer at the same height, because the moment I push, watch what my racket does, my racket goes also down on the ball, so yes, I make spin. Now, if I push up and my racket goes down, I stay longer at the same level and I have more control. That's also the reason why you see great volley players going up and not going down. But can you step in towards the ball? No problem. Do I recommend it? Absolutely not for beginners and intermediate. First, I want you to learn to control the ball. Try to get the racket behind the ball, not above the ball, to step in. Can it give you power? Yeah, because you're using your body weight, no problem. Can it give you spin? Yeah, because you're going down, no problem. But also doing this is making spin. It's also no problem. So for that, I will play a few volleys. There's a lot more to say about the stepping in, but let's keep it with this for the moment. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that. But here, stepping in means going down, means that the timing has to be perfect. So beginners already have a problem with reading the speed of the ball. Then you have to step, you have to control the trunk, you have to control your balance. So stepping in, beginners, intermediate, it's not that easy. I prefer you track it with the racket, get the racket behind the ball, wait for the ball, and learn to control the volley. But I will play a few volleys where I will step in. Okay, one of the big points always is you have to step into the ball. Well, no. You will see a lot of times that even professionals, they make contact and then they go forward. Why? Because they push up and they lose the balance. And for that, they make that step. You want to take the ball faster? But if you're here already at the net, stepping in is good if the ball comes here in your range. Now I can step towards the ball. It's not that I cannot do it. I can step in, no problem. But I'm also here. I don't need to step in. I have more time to focus on the ball. And if I prepare, if I track it, my racket is behind the ball. If I prepare like this, then I have to move. I have to move here. So the more I go to the front, the more I'm going down. It's not that I move like this. So if you step in, you're changing the height of your racket position. That's why you prepare above the ball to step in. But this is where a lot of people make a mistake. They prepare high, and what happens a lot? Give me a ball. They prepare high and they do this because they need to get here under that ball, and they make a mistake. If you just prepare behind the ball, you just have to flexion against the ball without any problem. So the step in is very good if the ball is in here within your range. But the moment the ball is more on the side, this is no more stepping in. This is trying to get behind the ball. So you have to get first here. Now you can step in. The moment you have to do this, you're not stepping in. Stepping in means the same as in a forehand. Now I step in towards the ball so I can use my weight against the ball. Now, if I'm in that direction, I cannot use my weight no more against the ball. So the step in is only when you are behind the ball. You can step in, I have no problem with it, but most of the time, the moment you go in that direction, you cannot step in no more. It's not called a step in, it's getting behind the ball. So, let's go to the next chapter. 8 is play the volley, yeah, eye level.